to come.
All right. Georg Mattis there, as you see in the on your screens there.
Later, much later. Let's wait and see.
Let's watch those live pictures. 20 seconds, just about. Here we go. So there we go, we can see live pictures on your screen right now. You just saw Nigel Farage, the leader of the Brexit Party, before that leader of the UK Independence Party, which morphed into the Brexit Party. Of course, the leading proponent here in the United Kingdom for many, many years of the UK leaving the European Union. You saw on those big screens mounted in Parliament Square here in central London saying, "We're out," at 11 p.m. London time. That was officially, legally, the moment that the UK stopped being a member of the European Union after 47 years of membership. Let's just go back to those live pictures again of Parliament Square. The British national anthem being sung there. You can see the lyrics being put up on the screen there for people to join in. British national anthem there being sung in Parliament Square in central London. Here in the studio I've got Denis McShane with me, former Minister of State for Europe under a previous Tony Blair's Labour government. But we will go back right now to Clovis Casali, our reporter, who has been spending the evening out there in Parliament Square, where those Brexiteers, as they call themselves, are celebrating this moment that they've been waiting for 3.5 years since that referendum, of course. Clovis Casali, can you just tell us a bit more about the atmosphere down there? How many people are still out at this Brexit moment?
I'm not sure if Clovis Casali can hear us.
I'm not sure if Clovis Casali can hear us.
I think we'll have to come back to Clovis.
I think we'll have to come back to Clovis a little bit later on. I think it's probably quite rowdy down there in Parliament Square, as we saw several hundred people, I think, at least joining in with that Brexit Party organised celebration. Let's go instead to a different part of central London. Bénédicte Pavieux, France 24's London correspondent, who's there for us. Bénédicte, we've seen some pictures of joy, really, from those Leave voters in central London. Tell us a bit more about the atmosphere.
Well, I am just meters away, or perhaps now, after the United Kingdom leaving the EU, I should say yards away. I am reminded of the Daily Telegraph this morning. This is not an end, but a beginning. And that is certainly the message of this Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, who, we'll remember, was an absolutely prominent leader of Brexit during the EU referendum. And interesting that the crowd sang "God Save the Queen" as we heard clearly that bongs, I think it was not actually Big Ben that is being renovated, but actually a loudspeaker playing chimes of Big Ben. This is a momentous political, constitutional, legal change. Concretely, British people, EU citizens, will be able to come and go for the next 11 months. 11 months where the divorce is now official. After 3.5 years of wrangling, we have covered every twist and turn of meaningful votes, of change of prime ministers of historic votes, we were told, demonstrations pro, against, a people's vote, a second referendum. In the end, that snap election changed it all, changed the maths in Parliament, and Boris Johnson got his wish. Christmas come early for him. When he was a child, he wanted to be world king. Well, he hasn't achieved that yet, but he is the British Prime Minister that won an absolutely stonking majority, 80-seat majority in Parliament, rushed through at breakneck speed the WAB, the Withdrawal Agreement Bill, something that Theresa May never succeeded in doing. She was fatally wounded by that snap election that she called, having said she would never do that. After 3 meaningful votes that were catastrophic for her, that she lost absolutely in huge proportions. But Boris Johnson has accomplished that. He hasn't got Brexit done. Brexit is happening. The divorce has just happened. But there is much more to go, and there will be posturing on both sides here in the United Kingdom in those negotiations and also amongst the 27. The big question, or one of the many questions, is will the 27 member states be able to stay as united as they have been in the phase 1, because now phase 2 is going to be a very different proposition, and I think we'll hear level playing field. Everybody's going to become very familiar with that. Right, a man shouting freedom who has just come from Parliament Square. So people, Brexiteers, very, very happy with their hero, Nigel Farage, who's devoted his political ambitions and his life to getting Brexit through. And he says he will remain vigilant, but so far he's very happy and is going to be celebrating all night.
Bénédicte Paviot for braving the cold. We can see quite a lot of people milling around behind you there. It is quite a lot of action here in central London.
They're leaving the Parliament Square, having sung their voices off.
Leaving Parliament Square, having seen Brexit phase 1 get done then. OK, well, let's come back to Dennis McShane.